Hello and welcome to the program Hot Button. We all have our individual insecurities of varying magnitudes. These insecurities can be difficult to acknowledge sometimes, but if we want to lead a healthy and happy love life, knowing how to handle our insecurities is crucial. If left unchecked, those insecurities can have a serious impact on so many parts of our lives, especially our love life. My name is Johnny, and with me on the program are
Comfort AYODEJI
and Adediran.
It is always a pleasure to have people like you join us on the program.
Thank you so much.
All right, today we are going to be looking at a topic that is prevalent in several relationships among us young people, and it is a problem of insecurity. Insecurity. Now, having said that, what is insecurity to you?
Well, for me, insecurity in a relationship is when I feel inadequate or when I constantly feel that I'm not enough in a relationship. That is what insecurity is to me in a relationship.
Great. When I feel inadequate.
Yes.
You know, like there are certain things I will feel, I feel I should have, and then I feel like I don't have
even
that.
when I have them.
Even when you have them, and then
Yes.
that's like your inability to even recognize that you have certain things.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear from you, Lekon.
Well, to me, I feel insecurity is when you feel threatened by something, by either emotional or
Even physical.
even physical. Yeah, it can be physical too.
Okay.
It's just
Now,
that threat.
I like that. We have inadequacy, and then we have threat. Now, what I gathered from this, simple expression of what you feel about the word insecurity is the fact that somebody could feel, I don't have enough. And then the other person could feel like, this person has more, and that threatens me.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. And that could be a problem when you're in a relationship.
A very big one.
Okay. Now, so how does that affect our relationship?
Well, it affects a relationship in so many ways.
Please,
First off, there is lack of trust. And why are you in a relationship in the first place if you can't trust the person?
Wow.
But then one thing I want us to know is that when you are insecure in a relationship, it means that you are insecure yourself. Most times you are the problem and not the other person.
Okay.
Because like you said, the other person might feel like you are enough, you are even more than enough. But because of your because you do not love yourself enough, you are going to be a threat to that relationship. So lack of trust, you can't love yourself enough, so you can't even love the other person the way you should.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just to add to what she said, love or any relationship is based, or relationships are based on trust. And when trust is not there, man, I don't think that's a relationship.
Okay.
However, you can even still trust the person and not trust yourself.
And that could, bring about a kind of insecurity as well.
Too, so.
Okay. I think, the point is very clear. If you don't love yourself enough or trust yourself enough, you might not be able to love the other person enough or trust the other person enough.
Yes, you're
Simply
right.
put, from what you say, you buttressed her point. From what you said, it seems like it could be a situation whereby, because I do not trust myself, and I feel I do this behind, I would think that this
Oh,
person
that person
could be doing the
the
same
same.
thing,
Yes.
and that could have, like an effect, a negative
Effect
On the
on the
effect
relationship.
on
relationship.
the relationship. Wow. So what brings about insecurities? Because you see, this thing, now we are looking at how it affects. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
It affects a relationship, and then you said it ruins trust
Yes, in a
completely.
relationship.
It ruins trust completely. Now, you made a point. If you don't love yourself,
Can
you don't trust yourself, you can't give. What are still the other things? Are there other things that can make, start breeding insecurity among partners in a relationship?
Okay, for me, apart from lack of self-love, another thing is past experiences.
Past experience. Expatiate
Yes.
on that. I would like to hear.
When you've been with a partner that has treated you in a bad way, maybe cheated on you or done something to hurt your feelings, you are definitely going to feel that every other person you meet is going to do the same thing to you.
Fact.
So that makes you to constantly second guess what your partner does in a relationship.
Because you're judging this partner based on your
past
previous
relationship.
experience. Okay, can I hear more of it from you?
Self-esteem.
Okay.
Self-esteem. When you don't believe in yourself.
That's like low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem. Yeah. When you don't believe in yourself, it will be difficult to believe the next person. So, and that will play out in the relationship.
Okay. So low self-esteem is also
Another
another
reason.
thing that can actually. How about a situation of a partner who has maybe cheated on you and then you forgave? Should that still bring about insecurity?
I think that still boils down to past experience.
Okay.
Well, we are all human beings, so the memories will always come. But letting go is the issue. So past experience will always come out. But once we develop the low self-esteem, I think we can climb that ladder of let go and trust that person.
Okay, so once we, build ourselves to overcome that situation of low self-esteem,
Esteem.
this situation can be overcome. Okay, so do you think
But
that
from what you said,
Yeah.
you're asking, I mean, the current relationship, if
Yes.
he has cheated on you,
Yes.
if that will make you feel insecure.
Insecure, yeah.
I want us to understand the fact that there are some insecurities that are valid in a relationship.
valid insecurities?
Yes,
Please
it is not completely negative.
speak to me. There
If
is
you have-
actually a question waiting ahead for that.
Okay.
If you have cheated on me in a relationship,
Yes.
and you are doing some things that are shady, or you are talking to someone else, I'm going to start feeling like you have something to hide, or
Okay.
probably you have cheated on me again, or you are about to. So, I mean, that one is valid.
It's valid.
So if I ask you that, are you okay? Is something wrong? You might feel like I'm insecure, but it is valid because you're acting weird. So tell me, what's up with you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But she's right. That's why I said relationship is based on trust.
Okay.
And I get where she's coming from. Once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah.
So you have to mark your boundaries.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see, your answer actually answered the next question that I was preparing to bring, but I don't know if we could still expatiate more on that. Okay, so let's hear what more could be, the causes for insecurity in relationship, apart from what we have mentioned earlier.
Okay, so I've already mentioned one.
Okay.
So the second one is when you call me constantly in a short time.
Okay.
And another one is when my achievement is a threat to you
Okay.
in a relationship.
Wow.
Yes, so that's one of
When
the
you
things.
achieve and when you feel like, when the partner feels like, okay, this is my partner, either earns higher than me,
Yes,
Yes.
that's one
or
of it.
is more of a leader, and then you begin to feel threatened.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, let
So
me hear.
I was just thinking about something now, where I think it has been trending of recent too. A
Okay.
guy collecting 100,000 and a woman collecting 500,000 and the likes. But however, while she was saying something, can we have advantages to insecurity in a relationship?
Advantages.
Yes.
Of course.
Because I feel to everything that there should be
Advantages and
disadvantage.
Yes.
Like what she said now, there should be an advantage to that. Yes, his comfort is getting more than me, and she had our certificates, and we are dating. Does that mean I should now sit back and allow her to just keep climbing, and I'll be jealous about
You
her
have to
achievements?
level up.
So the insecurity motivates you.
To
Yes, it should
achieve.
motivate
The
you.
insecurity in this case is not negative.
It's now
It
positive.
motivates you to put yourself up
Up
there,
there.
because Christianly speaking, we can say that God has put the man as a head. Therefore, the fact that this is your wife or partner to be, achieves more should be a motivation
motivation
to
for
you
you.
Yeah.
to aim higher, either academically or financially.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that speaks a lot to somebody out there today. Now, having said that, it tilts in the direction of the next question I wanted to ask. What are the things that can actually say, yes, this person who is feeling insecure has the right to feel insecure because of the thing that this particular partner is doing?
Will you go first?
All right, let's
Ladies,
say
okay,
it.
I was thinking ladies first.
Or maybe, okay, maybe I should go
before
first.
they say I'm insecure.
Now, maybe I should go first.
Okay, that's
Now,
good.
there are situations whereby a guy, I have a girlfriend, and then all her friends are guys.
Guys.
Okay.
And then she is a type who likes to go out at night, go to functions, and then I am not that kind of person. And then she goes to the beach with different guys, goes to, events with
Events.
different guys. Shouldn't that give
Make you
me
feel
a
insecure.
kind of justification for why I'm feeling insecure?
Well, yes, because when you're in a relationship with someone, apart from the fact that you have individual differences, there has to be a compromise.
Okay.
Like, I like doing this, but because I'm in a relationship with a man that does not like
Doing that.
some things that I do, I have to cut them down.
There has to
Maybe
be a
not
little balance.
completely, but there
Yes.
has to be boundaries
Okay.
in a relationship. So in that case, when all your friends are guys, all my friends are guys in a relationship, and I constantly go out at night to parties, functions without him, if he was there, you'll feel a little bit more secure.
Exactly.
But if he isn't there, then it's valid. I have to, it's either I stop or I walk away from the relationship because he doesn't like it.
Okay.
Yes.
So how are there more things that can make, a feeling of insecurity justifiable?
Well, jealousy is part of love. I have to be jealous of the person I'm with. At the same time, I have to mark my boundaries too.
Okay.
So if she's going extra mile and I'm not comfortable with it, no. No.
And you don't, and it's actually justifiable that you're not comfortable because it's an extra
Yes.
mile.
Though we say
Okay.
relationship is based on trust, there is an extreme to this thing. Man.
Okay.
We are all human beings.
Yeah.
We one way or the other we can get lost in the way.
Yeah.
So we need to mark that boundary.
So in all, we need to set boundaries. We
Boundaries.
need to make sure we don't go way overboard to the point of giving the other person a sense of insecurity.
Yes.
Meaning, if I am dating and I have too many girls as my friends, I must curtail the number of times they call me in a day.
Definitely.
The time of the day which they call me.
Yeah.
And then to curtail how I relate with them
them.
because I have a partner who's supposed to be close to me
Yes.
than every other person. And that means the attention that I give my friends, my male friends, I have to
shifted.
cut it down and give my
It's
partner
your
more.
partner. Yes.
Okay, so my next question. What can be done to help someone who's struggling with insecurities?
Make sure that you mark a difference between imaginations and reality. Because we watch Nollywood, we watch different kind of movies nowadays, we read books, we listen to podcasts,
Okay.
and we forget that there is cultural differences,
Okay.
cultural boundaries and all of that. So how can you help someone with insecurity? Make sure that if you have imaginations about how sweet and how you want things to run in your relationship, life can eat you hard. And it won't happen the way you want it to be. So you have to take away your fantasies, cut them down, come down to reality, and treat reality the way it is. So that's one of the ways you can help someone with insecurity.
All right.
So I think if I am the person, I need to develop my self-esteem. I need to develop that. I need to learn the past to be the past and learn to move on.
Okay.
And though it's not easy, then I need to understand that I have insecurity problem.
Oh, you need to recognize that problem first.
Yes, you need to understand that. With that, and if you are ready to move on,
so you need to
then
recognize.
we should not put God at the back.
At the back. Well,
No,
God stands at the forefront of it.
Another thing is having a heart-to-heart conversation with your partner.
Yes, so communication.
Communication is very, very important.
Very important.
When it comes
say it a lot on this program.
Yeah, because you have to sit down and have a heart-to-heart. It's not about me. Let's assume he's insecure in a relationship. It is not about me opening my Instagram, my Twitter, my messages and showing him that, see, I am not cheating on you, or you shouldn't be insecure. It is having a heart-to-heart conversation that if you do not cut down how you react to things, if you don't treat your insecurity, we can't move forward in a relationship.
So we are looking at communication as a key factor. We're looking at recognizing God as the ultimate security, recognizing the fact that, hey, I have this problem of insecurity. And then we also go ahead to build ourselves from that feeling of low self-esteem and then developing ourselves towards a higher or a level ground of self-esteem, as the case may be. Wow, that's nice. And how can I show someone that, hey, you can trust me, you don't have to feel insecure? These days, there's social media everywhere. Yeah. So if I'm in a relationship as a guy, I don't have to stay on Instagram liking pictures of just females.
If you like, that's a sign of, that's one of the ways I can justify my insecurity.
Yes, you're beginning to give the person, the idea that, look, I would rather wish you were like this.
Yes.
I would rather wish you dressed like this.
What if I've been liking your pictures too?
Wow.
Why are you liking all that girls' pictures?
But these are things that can actually give someone a sense of. And then another thing that we are trying not to look at. I post my pictures, you don't like it. What?
Or you untag yourself.
Okay. And then I post my pictures, you're liking other people's pictures, and then you're not liking mine. Wouldn't that speak also, give me a sense of insecurity?
Because first of all, you are my man. You're supposed to be my #1 cheerleader.
Okay.
So if you are not hyping me everywhere, I mean everywhere, then there's something wrong. It means that
I think
you're hiding things.
She likes her boundaries.
Exactly. Everybody should protect that. We're actually learning something today. Please, social media is in everybody's hands these days. So please, when your girl posts a picture, please go like 1,000,000 times before any other person does. When your guy does same, go out there, like it more and more and more, as much as you can. Drop all the comments you could to give that person a sense of what security. And that will go a very, very long way. There is nothing that gives a man or a woman more of security when you put her love out there in public.
Yes.
You try to tell everybody, this is my woman, this is my man. When you do it openly, you're communicating so much and giving that person a good sense of security. Having said that, should relationships end because of insecurity?
Yes. For me,
Yeah.
yes, because it is no longer love, it is controlling.
Okay.
So I shouldn't be in a relationship where I'm being controlled.
Okay.
Because if you control me, that means you do not love me.
Insecurity could bring about control.
Yes.
In
you
a
start being
relationship.
authoritarian and controlling. So I feel like, and it might be a threat to your life, safe. Because when someone is constantly trolling you, or maybe not trolling is not the word, when they stalk you.
Okay.
Yes, you feel like you're being choked. So I'm done.
Like everything you do is questioned everywhere you go, you are asked, why did you go there?
And I do a lot of explaining and you still do not understand.
Wow.
I feel like I'm going to get to a point where I'm tired. So I'm going to end the relationship.
A relationship should end at that point. Okay.
I feel, I keep saying, a a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage.
Oh, great.
So what happens in a relationship before marriage will be times 2 or times 3. So you won't be free when you are not free in the marriage. Why enter
Delve
the
into it
marriage?
in the first
Yeah,
place.
so it's just freedom. You should be free.
Love comes with freedom.
So it's not like it's a bondage to be in love.
Okay.
So when you are in love, when you are in that type of situation, run.
Run. So
Yes, run.
if there is a case of insecurity that you feel it has gone beyond control,
Yeah.
it is time to
To
put
leave.
that relationship to an end.
Yes.
And which is very, very key, because you can put yourself through years of, depression.
Yes.
There are
yes.
people that are in relationships that just endure. They endure and endure. And most times, they don't even end it until someone says, hey, end this thing. It's not good for your health.
Yeah.
And most times people do that reluctantly. We young people, there's a way we take this thing so lightly that we just do it reluctantly. Walking out of a relationship is not a bad thing.
At
Yes,
all.
it's
It's not a sin. I'm doing myself a favor. I'm doing my
you a
partner a
favor.
favor. It might not appear good today, but tomorrow
Yeah.
we can say thank you to each other. So when a relationship gets to the point of too many insecurities brewing, it's time to walk away.
Okay.
Now,
Sorry, I just want to say, make a statement.
Okay.
Relationship is supposed to be enjoyed,
Enjoyed.
not endure.
endured.
So-
Good. So it should be enjoyed
Yes.
and not endured.
It's supposed to make you feel better.
Okay.
And not
So,
make you feel
but
less.
is there a level of, because endurance is a good thing sometimes. Is there a
Pain is
level
gain.
where
Perseverance.
is there a level where we can actually endure a little bit before maybe it gets to the point where you can't bear it anymore?
When you see your partner working on it,
Hmm.
you can help them through it, walk through their insecurities.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you say it and it's not making any effort to
Well,
stop,
Okay.
getting worse.
if my partner does not make an effort, I'm going to just stop.
Okay, now, how do we help? Maybe I am having a feeling of insecurity. How do I help myself when I am having a feeling of insecurity?
Oh, thank God you said you are having. So the best thing is, first thing is understand you are having.
You have
You must understand that
You
I
are
have this
yes.
problem, okay?
Then I cannot put God at the back. God first. God first. Then if it's possible, go for counseling.
talk to someone.
Talk to someone. Communicate. Don't hide this thing. Experience from other people can help out too.
Okay,
So I think with this,
okay. Let's hear from you.
So I'm
Comfort.
going to add to what he said. If I have feelings of insecurity in a relationship, I
Yeah.
can help myself by recognizing that people are not the same. And because my ex has treated me that way, does not mean that my new partner
Will.
treat me the same way.
Okay.
And then I'll talk to someone, an expert, and not just a random person.
Okay.
Because you have to be careful when you're talking to other people, when you're in
Exactly.
a relationship. So I'm going to talk to someone if I can get someone trusted. And another thing I can do is to talk to my partner that I have these insecurities and you should give me time to get through it. So
okay.
I feel like that way your partner feels that, okay, you're going to work on it.
Okay. Now, on the other side, on the flip side now, when I have a partner who is feeling insecure, what should I do to alleviate that fear of that partner?
well, you need to trust the partner. You need to have patience with the person as the person is growing daily. That is if the person understands the person wants to grow.
No, now, get my question right. My partner is feeling like I'm doing something.
Okay.
I'm doing something behind her. How can I assure her that you don't have to feel insecure?
Oh, I need to be open.
Okay?
I need to be open so that she can trust me the more.
Okay.
So openness is the key.
Okay.
So that's I think that's it. Openness is the key.
Openness is the key. All right, let's hear from your Comfort.
Well, one of the ways I can help my partner if he's feeling insecure is to let him know that I am threatened by it. I do not feel safe with him.
You do not feel safe for him.
if he continues that way. So he has to, I'll help him to realize that he needs to work on himself to make the relationship grow. And then, of course, that's communication, talking to him about it.
But how about yourself? Is there something you can do to help your partner to build that sense of security?
I have to be able to compromise, cut down on the things that he doesn't like. That is if they won't affect my self-esteem myself.
Okay.
Because
affect your mental health yourself.
And affect my mental. Because insecurity can get to a stage where it affects your relationship with other people. Like your partner can make you not talk to your family again because they are insecure. Or you're supposed to go for a friend's party and they'll be like, you can't go. So I have to make sure that I cut down. If I'm a party person, make sure that I cut down the parties I go to and make sure that, and one of the things is making sure that if I go somewhere, if he can be there with me, I can take him along. I can be like, baby, let's go together. But if it's a girl's night out, you are not following me. Just know that there's nothing you can do. Because if you are going with your boys, I'm not going to follow you.
Wow.
So yes.
Well said. Which means there are ways we can also help people with insecurities, and there are ways we can help, ourselves when we have a feeling of insecurity. All right. Thank you so much for being on the program today. Well spoken today, everything you said, and quite eloquent, I must say. 1 John chapter 4, verse 18 says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. This is because fear has torment. And he that fears is not made perfect in love." That is what the Bible says. We must not have that feeling of fear when we are in a relationship. We must know that we first have to love deeply and trust deeply to make sure we are perfected in love. Where fear begins to set in, you either work on yourself or you walk out of the relationship. So you don't hurt yourself and hurt the next person in the relationship. Ultimately speaking, God is the biggest security you can ever have in your relationship. You can trust on God to make your relationship work for you. And trust me, the best way to avoid insecurity is staying away from immorality in your relationship. With that, you will not imagine things about your partner, and your partner will not imagine things about you. We bring the program to an end at this point. Thank you so much for being a part of us. God bless you until we see you next time. Bye for now.